everything changes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into the channel and blowing up in the Facebook groups. What happens if USPS is late on your packages? What happens if the customer, the buyer, opens a case for item not received, excuse me, and obviously uploading your tracking number isn't gonna matter because the package is delayed. We've all typed in that tracking number and seen that message up there on the USPS site that says, this package is delayed, rescheduled delivery date, or whatever it is, and it just sits there for like 3 days, 4 days, a week. It just doesn't move. It shows the scan that you dropped it off. It shows even sometimes that it arrives in the city, like you're shipping it to Tampa, here where I live, and it shows it arrived in Tampa, and it just doesn't deliver for there. What do you do? The customer opens the case. Obviously, the first thing to do is respond to the case with tracking, even if you've already uploaded it through the normal sale. You still need to respond to the case with tracking, and that will give you a couple of days to hopefully see the item arrive. If it arrives and it shows delivered or signed for or just delivered regular, then you're good and you're covered. Perfect. The first thing you need to do on the day that you respond to the case, the minute you get the case, is you need to get on the phone with the post office and let them know that the package is delayed, it's been sitting there. Sometimes that's enough to get it moving. They'll open a 48-hour investigation, and in most cases I've noticed that in those 2 days the item suddenly moves and it ends up being delivered and you're good. However, if that doesn't happen, what happens afterwards? Well, that's where the real problem comes into play. And let me tell you, the worst case scenario versus best case scenario. Okay, so best case scenario, like I just said, it ends up getting delivered, or after the investigation, you see some movement. Buyer's cool with it, especially if you have a good buyer. But if you have a very impatient buyer, bad buyer who's pushing the case, if that item doesn't end up moving and the case ends up closing, don't allow the case to close, but if it ends up going, running past the time limit and you have to issue the refund, then you have the problem of they've got their money and the item is still going to show up to them at some point. If you have an honest buyer, you can provide them a label and get it back, or perhaps they'll just send you the money back and then you'll be square. Either of those options would be good, but don't count on it. Most buyers aren't gonna wanna be bothered. Some are honest. I'd probably put it at 50-50, but if you have one who's not honest and won't give you the money through a PayPal invoice or won't ship it back by you providing a label, then the only recourse you have is that you have to contact the USPS and eBay. Contact the USPS, get the full tracking, and then call eBay and say, hey, look what happened. This package shipped on the 1st, it sat there until the 15th, they opened a case, the case closed, and it was delivered like 5 days later. Now they have my item and my money. eBay is in most cases not going to give you the money back. I have seen a ton of people message me this exact problem, before and now. It's happening a lot right now. Things are hugely delayed. But in most of the cases that people emailed and messaged me, probably a couple dozen of these I've seen over the last few months, they didn't get the money back. eBay just said, sorry, cost of doing business, they've been refunded, they did not reverse it. There were a few who did get eBay to eat the money and issue them a credit, a refund for whatever the amount was. So it's not impossible, but it's not likely. So just keep that in mind. If the case runs over, that's where you're at. I don't know how Amazon is handling it. I have not had one go late like that to where I had to have a case open and then get refunded. Amazon is going to refund those customers, I assure you, because of their guarantees and all of that. As far as them eating it for you, highly unlikely. If I get one, I'll let you guys know, but I haven't had one come through like that just yet. I'm basing this purely off of all of you guys that message and email me, which is so important. If you have something like this that comes up and you have an experience, you're certainly welcome. Even better yet, leave it in the comment section. Speaking of, do any of you have any packages currently right now that are running way behind, delayed, or just been sitting at wherever they're sitting, pre-scan, after scan, in the city? Let me know down below if you have any, how long it's been, how many days they've been sitting there, if a case was open, or if you just finished up with one and what ended up happening with the case. Did you get the money back? Did they get the money? Did eBay eat it? Let us know, comment section, so everyone can kind of get a feel and a gauge of how things are going. It would help me tremendously help the rest of the community. So hopefully this doesn't happen to you. Make sure if you're shipping stuff out, you're shipping it as quickly as you can. Ship it the way they want, but honestly, once you ship it and get that scan, it's kind of out of our hands, right? honestly, people were suggesting to me, use UPS only or FedEx only. They're having delays too. I got an email from FedEx yesterday about not a package that I ship, but about FedEx in general just shipping really slow and having delays. So keep it in mind that everything is trying to play catch up now, between COVID and restrictions and all that stuff. And now the holiday season, it's really putting a crush on all of these shipping companies. So that's the best advice. Sorry that I don't have a better idea for you. There's really nothing you can do once you've shipped something. If it's an expensive item, again, get signature, get insurance, do everything that you can. But once you refund the money, once it's been refunded via a case and the item shows up, pray that you have an honest buyer and pray that it doesn't happen again. So I wanted to address that. Everybody's been asking what to do, how to handle it. Call the USPS, open an investigation, call UPS, open an investigation, hope that it moves. If it doesn't, wait as long as you can until the case is gonna close, issue the refund so it doesn't close against you, and then hope that they're an honest buyer or that eBay will eat it. If the honest buyer isn't so honest and doesn't ship it back, you gotta contact eBay and have them call you. So, all right, that's what I got for you tonight. I appreciate everybody watching it. Thank you so much. It's, forgot to do it, but it's Monday, December 7th, 2020 for reference. Anybody that likes to keep an eye on what days I make these videos. And at midnight, in just about 4 hours, my 2020 training and products will be retired for good. They're linked below. If you want a last chance to get them, click it there. If the link is still working, they're all yours. $2.20 for the individuals, $20.20 for the training package. So we will get into 2021 as this year ends. Give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoy the information, enjoy the content in the channel, do subscribe and turn your notifications on. It means the world to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Good night.